many faces of our God, reflected here among us, with every heart to love you more. Here we stand upon your shores, the sacred ground on which we stand. We pay respects to precious land, desert red and stars above. We are united by your love. God is alive in this place.
On this, our 45th anniversary of the inauguration of the Uniting Church, I have so much I'm thankful for. I give thanks for the courage, the wisdom, the insight and the energy of those who helped form the Uniting Church. For their courage to do a new thing because they believe the gospel called them to it. I give thanks for the covenant, a sign of that commitment to seek renewal and reform. In the covenant between the Uniting Aboriginal and Islander Christian Congress and the Uniting Church, we confess that we have not always appreciated and honoured the sovereignty of First Nations people in our midst, and we commit ourselves to the journey to do better, to seek to be a church that honours the sovereignty of First Nations people within the life of the Uniting Church and in these lands we now call Australia. I give thanks for the many faithful congregations of the Uniting Church who go about their work of worship, witness and service, making disciples, meeting needs, growing people in faith. Thank you for your witness to the gospel. In this season after the recently reconvened Assembly, I also hope and pray that we will open ourselves to the work of Act 2, to seek to ask ourselves what new and renewing thing might God be doing in our midst? What changes might we need to make in order that we might be more faithful as a disciple-making church, as a church that seeks to share good news with the most vulnerable, as a community that seeks lively, engaged ways to worship, witness and service. I pray you will join us in this journey.
I feel that the Uniting Church is a place where we understand that everybody is a child of God. Everyone is created in the image of God.
Something that I love about the Uniting Church and why I am so involved in it is the commitment to justice. So much that we're talking about today at Assembly is putting our words into action.
Because we are a pilgrim people that are prepared to change when necessary, and I frankly just love the people in this church and love the fact that we are able to be in fellowship together.
More and more often I'm hearing people say, "Oh, you're from that church down there. That's the one that welcomes everyone." And when I hear that, my heart soars.
The joy of being an ecumenical church that declared itself multicultural. We've come so far. But we need to provide a safe space for everybody to understand our diversity, and yet we still belong together. We actually need each other.
I love being part of the Uniting Church because we get to talk about anything and everything. There's no topic that's off bounds. We can struggle together and work through issues and still be brothers and sisters in Christ at the end of a conversation.
So as we discuss together, it's always with this vision of God is in the world and beckoning us to follow, and we do that together as the Uniting Church, and we do it with honesty and rigour.
Happy 45th anniversary, Uniting Church.